Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo, yo. Back. Back. Oh, man. It's hard as shit for a black child to get justice in this country, boy. I swear. They give everybody a free pass to kill black Americans. Everybody get a free pass. Shit's crazy. It's crazy. That like button, appreciate it. So y'all know the last couple days that we've been keeping up with the fuck shorty name is Cyrus Belton in the Rick Chow case. So the case been up to the jury for like the last 4 hours. Still no verdict. And this case was clear cut. Like, common sense alone tell you exactly what happened in that case. Common sense alone. But yet it's still taking the jury 4 hours plus to deliberate. This kid was stalked, racial profiled off the rip, stalked, ran down, and murdered. And the jury is taking 4 hours to deliberate. The star witness for the defense got destroyed on the stand. Destroyed. Prosecution was flawless. We're picking apart the lies. And yet and still, it's 4 hours in, and they have yet to reach a verdict. Shit crazy, man. How can you justify, yo, on that jury? Like, you got two grown-ass men chasing a 14-year-old. 14-year-old. He'd have been well within his right if he used that gun. So I don't even think the gun should even, make a motherfucking a difference. Whether he pointed it or not. He probably should have pointed that bitch. He was there. Even though I don't think he did. He probably should have, yo. They fucking chased that boy, man. Two grown-ass men. Accused him of stealing. Chased him down. Killed him. And you got a jury of 12 people. Looks like they're struggling to determine was he guilty or not. After we sat back and watched the prosecution and the job that the prosecutors did. We sat back and watched that shit, man. Excellent job by the prosecution. They couldn't have done no better. The prosecution in that case, yo, couldn't have done no better, man. For real. Like the fact that it's taking this long is It's just crazy. But it speaks to what I always be telling people, man. About them goddamn stereotypes. People be thinking I be tripping, I be hating. Nah, bro. I just understand stereotypes and how dangerous they is. And how it justifies mistreatment. It justifies mistreatment, man. That's why I be saying we gotta fight back against stereotypes. Just based off of him being 14 and black. In some people's mind, that's enough to get killed over, man. 14 black with a gun in his possession. In some people's mind, that is enough. That right there strike enough fear in a person that kid deserve to die, yo. That's the country we live in. Forget the fact that he ain't used the gun. That shit don't matter. Fuck the fact he ain't used the gun. Forget the fact that he ran out of his shoes, dropped his cell phones, kept running. Fuck all of that. None of that shit matter. He 14 black with a gun. He a threat. Shit sad. In South Carolina though, where everybody got guns. We talking about the South. You know what I mean? Everybody got guns down there, man. Fucking South Carolina and shit. They don't come back with a guilty verdict, I ain't gonna be surprised. I mean, to me, it's obvious what happened. I think most people that watched it, it's obvious what happened. Like that whole narrative of him pointing a gun and like none of that shit even makes sense. The boy got shot in his back. Like that right there should be enough to say he didn't deserve to die. Got shot in his back. When a police officer shoots somebody in their back, they don't get that protection. You shoot somebody in the back, there's no longer a threat. The threat, even with a gun in their hand, the threat is diminished. There's no threat. Fuck, you gonna shoot you like this? Fuck out of here, man. That shit crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Forget one game. Now you choose which slots to use spins on. Exclusively on DraftKings Casino. New casino players play 5.
Yep. Still verdict watch. And then look, and I told y'all this before, for some reason, for some strange reason, unbeknownst to us, whenever somebody that's not black kill a black person, they rarely ever add lesser included. Why? Because every single trial I seen when it was a black defendant and a black victim, or a black defendant and any victim, they always add lesser included. But anytime I seen somebody else kill a black person, they never add lesser included. And mind you, this was a clear-cut case of first-degree murder. So it really shouldn't even be no consideration of that. But what the prosecution normally does is to ensure they get some type of conviction. They add lesser included to say that if we didn't prove first-degree murder, maybe we prove second degree. If we didn't prove second degree, maybe we prove manslaughter with a deadly weapon. But nope, they ain't had none of that shit. This shit first degree murder or nothing. That shit crazy, yo. That's crazy how they do black people, man. And then people say, oh no, you playing victim. Oh man, ain't nobody playing victim. Nobody playing victim. Yeah, though, y'all, like, that shit crazy, y'all. It's crazy how they do black people, man. Like, that shit is wild, y'all. Even children. You know, black kids not even exempt from the nonsense. 14 years old kid, yo, ain't still nothing. Got chased down, and it looked like they struggling to find a verdict. I can't wait till they do find a verdict. I hope these people do interviews. You feel me? I hope some of these jurors do interviews, because I would love to hear what took so long. You know, what was y'all struggling on? Because I watched it. You know what I mean? I ain't watched the whole trial, but I think I watched enough to understand what the fuck was going on, and it seemed pretty clear cut to me. Especially with the son, man. Prosecution dismantled the son. That was supposed to be the defense strongest, man. They dismantled him, man. And he's supposed to be the defense strongest witness. Did him so bad that he probably should be charged with motherfucking lying. Perjury. Wasting the court's time. They need to charge nigga for that. Just for wasting the court's time. That should be a charge. Shit crazy. Shit wild, man. Can't win for losing out this bitch. Shut your dumb ass up. Having real conversation, you come over here and start talking something stupid. Fuck up. But I told y'all this how they operate though, man. What's up, Tyron? I told y'all this before, y'all. They whenever it's a black person that's killed by somebody outside of another black person, they don't add lesser included. They don't. They don't. It's like they don't really be trying to get a conviction. But it seems like when a defendant is black, they do whatever they can. They do whatever they can to get a conviction, man. I don't even understand how is it that the judge didn't allow the prosecution to mention the previous incidents. Like this should be crazy, y'all. That should be crazy, y'all. That man got 3 previous incidents. 3. I seen a video of him fighting a girl in the store, a young girl at that. He got 2 other shootings, and I did not hear that shit mentioned not one time in the trial. How? How is that not mentioned? How is that not important as to the details of the situation? Maybe that would explain why niggas be going in that bitch and stealing. The fuck? Maybe that'll show that he is racist. He does have some prejudice in him. He do racial profile people. Maybe that will help prove the state's case, but for some reason, somehow, even though it's relevant conduct, it wasn't allowed in the case. Well, at least I ain't hear it. Maybe somebody that watched the whole thing heard it. But I didn't hear none of the testimony of none of his previous incidents. I think that would paint a clearer picture for the jury. To know that, yo, this is not his first run-in. This man has a history of this. He has a history of racial profiling black people that come into his store A violent history. And I told y'all, you said what? It would at least show he knew better than to not wiggle. Right, that's what I'm saying. It showed a lot, y'all. It gave the prosecution way more substance. You know, way more to work with. They're allowing it in any other case. Shit, they're allowing it in Dirk federal case right now. They're allowing it in Dirk federal case. Relevant conduct. I seen it in other cases when they go into, they allowed in a Julio case when they found that motherfucker, that shell casing that was involved in another homicide, in another shooting of Julio, that got mentioned. For some reason, somehow, when a person is white or Asian or Chinese, and the victim is black, they don't allow that type of shit. Yeah, show a pattern of behavior. Show a pattern of behavior. Because I'm talking about the case that I've been covering the last couple days with the 14-year-old. Shit crazy, man. Like, it's clear cut as that, like common sense, y'all. You can just throw all the evidence out and just use common sense. The boy was shot in the back. They chased the boy damn near from motherfucking. Let me show you how far they chased this boy. They said 130 yards. They chased that boy from probably like right here where I'm at. All the way down here. Hold on, let me show y'all. All the way down there. If I can't fucking move my screen. This probably about 130 yards right here. All the way down there where that motherfucking sign at. From there, all the way down here. Like, yo, come on now, yo. Yeah, that is a long motherfucking distance to be chasing somebody, man. 130 yards. So say the store right here where my motherfucking truck at. The store right here, they chased you all the way down there. Probably to where that motherfucking RV is. And you mean to tell me, yo, that wasn't intent? That ain't first degree? How is that not first degree? Like, how far was they gonna chase him? You understand? Like, if they ain't shoot him, he probably still been running. 3 years later, they'd have still been chasing him. 3 years later. What's up, ball out? Yeah, 130 yards. So down there, football field and a half. It's probably really longer. It's probably really a further distance than what I said. From where I'm at now to that sign, that McVeigh sign, it's probably a football field. They probably chased him further than that, man. Probably chased him further than that. Shit crazy. I just be trying to explain to y'all, why do I go so hard? You know, why do I fight so hard against stereotypes, y'all? Cause this is what stereotypes does, y'all. It kills us. It stops us from getting justice when justice needs to be served. Yo, we talking about a 14-year-old kid, man. But since, like I told y'all before, y'all know the analogy I always use. I keep getting in and out the truck, though, because it's fucking hot like this. But I be having to check, make sure I ain't got no call. Like the analogy I always use. When people say, no, you gotta raise your kids right. It's like, yo, it don't matter how good I raise my kids if the country still views our kids as dangerous. You feel me? It don't matter how good I raise my kids can still succumb to the same fate as Lord Cyrus. Just because, you know, black children are dangerous. They're violent, ruthless. It don't matter what age, they could be 12. That's why we gotta fight against stereotypes, yo. People don't realize how important that is. That's why I don't like what AB is doing. That's why I don't fuck with Charleston White. That's why, you understand what I'm saying? Now, is it making sense to some people that be saying I be hating this shit? No, yo, I just understand stereotypes, and I understand how detrimental it is when you attach a negative stereotype to a particular group of people. And then you got so many people online pushing them. You know what I mean? You still got people saying black men don't take care of their kids and shit. That's still a thing. But in reality, black men is taking care of their kids, man. Way more than we was when I was growing up. When our fathers got caught mass incarceration in the crack epidemic. Shit crazy. Hell yeah, appreciate it, cuz. It just be, man, that shit be crazy. That shit gonna be sad as shit, yo, for that man for that boy family, yo, if they don't get justice, yo. I would kill his ass. That was my motherfucking son. I ain't gonna lie. I probably wouldn't even want him to go to jail. Alright, let him beat this case. Got something for his motherfucking ass. I'd be like that Ohio father whose son was killed by the police. Yeah, alright. Let him beat that case if he want. Go ahead. I probably would want him to beat the case. Let him beat that case if he want. He ain't gonna last long. I'm gonna be on his ass. Kill my fucking son for no reason. For real. Like, I ain't joking at all. Like, fuck that. That boy did everything they asked him to do, y'all. They did everything they asked him. That's the shit that's playing back in my mind and was throwing me off about why is it taking so long. Yo, that boy did everything they asked him to do, yo, and he still got killed, y'all. He walked into the store to ask him to put the book bag down. He puts the book bag down. When he leaving out the store, the lady asked him to check his pockets. He checked his pockets. He picks the book bag up and walks out. They chases the little nigga. Chases him. Whole time he had a gun on him. He could have. If he was on some bullshit, he could have whipped that bitch out right there. Like, man, he could. Man, when she told him empty his pocket, he could have whipped that bitch straight out. Man, bitch, I ain't emptying shit. Fuck is you talking about? I'm leaving this motherfucking store. I ain't steal nothing. So take your dumb ass in back of the motherfucking counter, bitch, and walk the fuck off. That's what he could have did if he was a reckless young boy. Fuck you talking about, bitch? I ain't steal nothing. Whip that bitch straight out. Fuck you talking about? He heard me. And he ain't steal a goddamn thing. Keep playing with y'all in here, man. I don't even like y'all anyway. And then they keep talking about he ain't had no money, yo, but he had his mother phone. His mother phone was the money. Why else would he have his mother phone? Probably sent to the store. Here, take the phone. You know, you can tap with the phone. 2023. You can tap with the phone. So he did have money. Sure, he ain't just walk around with his mother phone for nothing. Yeah, hell yeah, he could have been poured that bitch out, yo. I wouldn't even have waited. He could have poured that bitch out just out of disrespect. Keep badgering me, yo. I come in the store, I put my bag down, Now you watching me. Everywhere I go, you on my heels. I put the water back. I'm leaving the store. Now you want me to check my pockets. I shake my pockets out. Man, look. I ain't ready to keep doing that shit, man. Matter of fact, give me everything. What you talking about? Look, now you done turned this shit to a robbery. I came to business get some water. Now I'm walking out with motherfucking all type of shit. Snacks, chips, potatoes, fucking cream of wheat, cash. Yeah, you done made me rob your dumb ass. I ain't even come for none of that. What's up, yo? Hey, for real, yo. It's for real. That's how that should be. Now I want everything now. Since you want to play, just give me it all. Give me everything. Fuck you talking about? Oh, yo. It's some reckless young boys out here, man. Yeah, for real though. Since you want to play stupid. Look, K&X, I do it with my daughter all the time. Give her the phone. I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened, yo. She gave him the phone so he can get what he needed. Wait. Shit crazy. Like yo, the fact that it's taking this long is insane. Like for real. Look at the comments. People going crazy in the comments. Like, how the fuck is it taking this long? Shit's ridiculous, man. Everybody see it. It's only a few people in here that's saying he should get not guilty. But look, then you can't even forget about that. Multiple witnesses testified that he ain't pull out no gun. Like, yo, this shit is crazy, yo. Yo, they had 3 witnesses testify that they didn't see nothing in his hands. Only people saying they seen something in their hands is people that got a motive to lie. That's it. That's it. Only people that say they seen something in his hands got a motive to lie, and that's Chow and his motherfucking son. Nobody else saying nothing else in his hand. I'm saying, yo, if Shorty wanted to shoot, he could have been did it. Like I said, man, he should have pulled that bitch out off the rip. Look, man, I'm leaving this store, man. I ain't doing nothing else extra. I done put my bag down. I done jiggle my pockets. I ain't doing nothing else extra, and I'm leaving. And if you follow me, it's going down in this bitch. Somebody gonna die. Shit crazy. But like I told y'all. What's up, Major? Like I told y'all, man. Stereotypes, man. Stereotypes. Gotta fight against them, yo. That shit don't be funny, man. Got all these people online pushing ignorance. Black degeneracy. That shit is dangerous. It's detrimental, man. How many times I told y'all that, man? How many times I told y'all stereotypes justifies mistreatment? Black men are dangerous. Justifies mistreatment. Black men don't take care of their kids. Justifies child support. People just, I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to open people's eyes up to what's going on. I just don't want to listen. Shit crazy. I'm telling you, I'm going to go off, y'all. I ain't going to lie, like I said, though. If I was his family, I would want him to get off. We ain't even had to go through none of this shit. For real. We They ain't had to go through none of this. Nope. We ain't gotta get courts involved. You know what I mean? Big Chow wanna be a gangster, right? He think he a gangster with that goddamn, with that gun on his hip. He can do some gangster shit. Just keep it gangster though. You know what I mean? Keep that shit gangster. Don't turn police now. Keep that shit gangster, man. You like pulling that gun out on black children? Yeah, keep it that way. That's how I would carry it. That shit, keep that shit that way. You know, cause the justice system don't work for black people, man. Shit don't work. Like even if they do ultimately find them guilty, yo, it should not have took this long. I watched the closing arguments at like 9 o'clock this morning. They was finished closing arguments by like 12, maybe about 12 o'clock. What time is it now? It's 5:30. It's 5:30 and we watched the trial. It's 5:30, man. Shit is crazy. What the fuck? Oh shit, I got a phone in my pocket. My bad, I ain't know I had this bitch in my pocket. Now I think the jury had a question. The people going to enjoy it. Like, yo, this is an open and shut case, yo. Like, yo, this is fucking crazy. This is an open and shut case. Like, yo, if they got to do interviews, regardless of what verdict they come back with, yo, I need to hear from at least two of these motherfuckers. Yo, what was going on? What was the conversations like in the jury room? What was y'all struggling on? Because, like, to me, yo, like, yo, it was like, he got shot in his back, man. Like, that's it. Like, that right there was enough for me to be like, yeah, he guilty. Got shot in his back. He didn't turn around and pull no gun and tell the man to back up and what did he say? The father say put the gun down and he say no, you put the gun down. Ain't none of that shit happen, man. So what, he did all of that and just started running again? Like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. That shit ain't make sense. At that point, shit, you know he got the gun. Because it's the thing. Chow always got the gun. In that video we watched yesterday when he was fighting with the little girl, he had the gun on his hip. So you know, and then you dealing, yo, that's probably the only store around there. So you know he got a gun. That's why he probably ran like that. You know he got the gun. You know the stories. See, that's why it was a shame that the prosecution wasn't allowed to talk about them previous incidents, because it makes everything make sense. He ran because Chow has a history of harassing black people. He has a history. He ran because Chow has a gun. Everybody knows it. He shot somebody before. Got a nerve to be talking about somebody stealing. Man, that boy's running so fast he dropped his shoes, man. That boy was scared to death, yo. Like, that's the fucked up thing about it. Like, Shorty really was running for his life, yo, and they chased that man. Like, I think they caught up with him because he fell. Yo, that was a hard fall, man. That just lets you know how hard he was running. Yo, you hit your shins that bad like that, yo, you're not getting right back up and running. He probably got back up and ran and fell again. How many people ever hit their shin just by a mistake? Yo, that shit is painful. Man, you hit your shin, you be like, oh shit. You feel me? Like, man, you can't just get back up and run. He probably got back up, tried to run, and fell right back down. And that's when Wissacon came with the 4-5 and hit him in the back. That's the fuck happened. Yeah, big ass 4-5. You ain't see that video yesterday? Big ass 4-5 on his hip. Look at this shit. Yeah, man. Where the fuck that video at? Yeah, where the fuck that video at, yo? Here you go, right here. I got a call. Look at that bitch. How big that motherfucker is. Oh. That boy in there fighting girls, man. Man, fuck that. I hope we do get found out guilty. Yeah, he did. Or he hit him from a distance. But he was close enough on him. He was close enough on him. That man was in there fighting girls. To let you know it's racism. Cause you ain't even got no pics. Alright, it's one thing about fighting a black man. You and that bitch fighting girls too, y'all. And whole time, you the thief. Bitch nigga. You the thief. Yo, the biggest thief in the black community is the motherfucking corner stores that ain't ran by black people. They the biggest thief in the community. If we want to be totally honest. Ain't nobody stealing more than them. Ain't nobody stealing more than them. Yeah, bro. Yeah, them high ass prices. Charging niggas $2-3 more than we get charged driving a little further out. You know, they charging us for convenience. And they be getting that shit for food stamps. Ain't they kicking out no money for real. Alright, y'all, but we're gonna keep our eye on the verdict. We're gonna talk about Boosie's situation too. So make sure you hit that like button. I gotta run this call for real. Hopefully we get a verdict before the day out. I ain't gonna be surprised if he get found not guilty. But like I said, if he was my family member, he gonna get found guilty one way or another. He gonna get found guilty by the courts or by me. Straight up. Fuck that. And I'm out.